Hey guys, it's Stephen here. Welcome back to another video and the first match preview in my little kind of new office space. It's not perfect yet, but it's nice to be sat in here, you know. I got a little sofa there and so on, and I've got to have a big shelf eventually and some City stuff on it, do not worry. But it's nice to be sat here doing a video with you guys ahead of Manchester City versus Chelsea. I cannot wait for this game of football. It's going to be huge, it's going to be monumental, and today I'm going to preview that. Before I do that though, I want to say very quickly thank you to OneFootball for continuing to be absolutely awesome. OneFootball is the best app on the market, bar none. If you want all your Manchester City news and all your transfer gossip and all the news from across the world of football sent straight to your phone, well, you can download OneFootball right now by scanning that QR code next to my face or clicking the link in the description below and help support one of your favourite creators, and also help support yourself with all your quests of football information and knowledge. I promise you, it's an absolutely brilliant app and I've been using it for like 4 years now, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely. Do you get it? But it's worth it, I promise you. Download it right now. It's free as well, which is wonderful. Scan that QR code, click the link, help support me. It'd be massively appreciated. I want to say thank you as well quickly, by the way, to kick the camera there. Sorry, camera. To Rupinder Masoon, my latest Patreon. Thank you so much, Rupinder. You absolute legend. Big love to Rupinder. Patreon.com/Esteemed Kompany if you want to help a tiny bit. No worries. If not, all the support helps. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget. Give this video a like and comment. Let's try and get to 1,000 likes if we can. It'd be massively appreciated. Check this, by the way, too. Bernardo Silva. A Nintendo Bernardo Silva t-shirt. I made it myself. If you want one, there's a link in the description below as well. I think it's cool personally. Move the mic out of the way. Staring at the camera. Wonderful stuff. If you want it, go for it. There's a link in the description. No worries or not, but I think it's really cool. Right, City versus Chelsea. This is a very big game. Off the back of a very good month or two for Manchester City, we're being honest. We're winning games constantly, in a row in the Premier League. And of course, the last game out was the Swindon game, which seems like a lifetime ago now, but that's how it is at this time of year because we're not in the Carabao. It's so weird watching all these teams be so pathetic in that competition with ours. Do it properly, lads. That's not how you do the Carabao. Watch them all mess up in the semi-finals and so on. Nah, none of that stuff. City are the true kings of it and we should be there. But as it is, we've got a bit of a rest, which is kind of nice actually, given I think sometimes you probably do need a rest here and there. And City have made the most of that rest, with some players, of course, getting a nice bit of, putting their feet up. Others, unfortunately, do have COVID. But on top of that, there's a bit of good news. Pep did win the Premier League Manager of the Month for the second time in a row at the moment. And Sterling also, he's back, baby. Sterling got Premier League Player of the Month as well, which is fantastic news given his upturn in form. And Guardiola was asked about that, about his return to form, and he said, all the credit for him, it's here. And he pointed to his head at the same time, which is entirely right. Sterling's form was always psychological, and unsurprisingly, he hadn't lost his quality. He's still got a way to go as well, which I think is actually absolutely even more impressive. But Sterling right now, I'm buzzing for him, and likewise Pep. Pep was, of course, asked about injuries and Omicron and suspensions and games been called off and all that kind of stuff. And Pep said, with the implication that City don't get any cases, he said, are you saying Omicron doesn't want to come here? We've had COVID and injuries like everybody else. It's all around the world. It's not that we're wiser or smarter or do protocols better than everybody. We had lots of cases and a lot of injuries. We played with Aston Villa. We have 11 first team players. The last 4 or 5, 6 games, we have had 4 or 5 academy players on the bench, which is true. Fact checkers, go and do it. It's true. We're in the same situation as all other clubs. And he emphasised that all other clubs bit. I love it, Pep. And he's absolutely right. This idea that City have somehow avoided it is just nonsense. It's farcical. Cast your mind back to literally a week ago today, and City had 11 first team players, 1 on the bench, and then nothing but academy players against Swindon. Of course, it was only Swindon, but that was the reality of the situation. We got lucky with the timing, maybe there, but we've had loads of academy players involved this season. People just haven't been paying attention, and if they don't want to, that's on them, but at least do your research, lads. Guardiola was also asked a little bit about youth players. He said Cole is more settled in the squad now. He said James McAtee can play too. We know them. 1 or 2 more can help and be involved in the future. They have to be patient. A lot of growth to follow to become settled and officially a player to have a chance with us, which is interesting. He's telling players to be patient there, they have to grow and so on, and eventually they will get that chance. And it's interesting that he said Cole Palmer is more settled, i.e., I guess he's implying at some point young players come in and they don't really fully belong, they kind of just look a little bit overawed, and then one day something can click and they are there. And indeed, it can indeed for people like Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer, Prem, Prem soon come, mate. Prem soon come indeed. And he will do if McAtee has his patience too. In terms of the team news, Guardiola did say there's new COVID cases, unfortunately, with the first team, but he also refused at the same time to name who those are. So once again, it's a guess. And he did say that some have come back. Guardiola himself, of course, is back at the moment, which is great news. He's back and available after isolating. He said some people are coming, some are positive again. When you test once, twice negative, you can come back. Otherwise not. It happened in all the other clubs. We have some new cases. They want privacy, so I can't say, which doesn't really help our situation. We have no idea who's available. We have no idea who will start. We have no idea. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try and do a team prediction anyway. Of course I will do. I mean, all I can try and do when we're doing this, and all any of us can try and do, is just work out what it would be if we think people who were available last time or who might be available now are available. And that's all I'm going to go and do in this instance. So when he gets to the lineup, presuming he's back and available, Edison. If not, it'll be Stefan. Presuming Walker's available, Walker. If not, it'll be someone else. I think Diaz will be available. I think Laporte will play this game as well. Cancelo, I presume, will be involved here at left back. I presume he's available, unless he picks it up again. I don't know. Who knows? So I'm going to say Walker, Diaz, Laporte, and Cancelo. I think Rodri, hopefully, he'll be available. I'm sure. I hope he hasn't. He's just come back from it, hasn't he? I think he has, yeah. So hopefully Rodri's now available as well. He is, because he was the other day, of course. I'm going to say hopefully this guy, Bernardo Silva, I think we'll play in midfield alongside Ilkay Gundogan. Obviously no De Bruyne there, but that's because I think De Bruyne will play probably as a false nine. But at the same time, we know it's going to be a rotation. It could be Bernardo, it could be Gundogan, it could be De Bruyne as a false nine, or it could be any of the other two that I've got to flank Kevin De Bruyne. I've gone for Phil Foden on the left and Raheem Sterling on the right. It could be Jesus as well. If you cast your mind back to the game at the Etihad, which was a fantastic win for Man City that day, the 1-0 victory, we had Jesus on the right, who got the winning goal, of course, with Grealish on the left and Foden as a false nine. Do not be surprised to see that again. We could see Grealish on the left, we could see Foden through the middle and Jesus on the right. But I think I've got for Foden, De Bruyne and Sterling as the forward three, but that could be Bernardo. It could be anyone. Cole Palmer might have done enough to warrant a surprise start. Guardiola does have form for randomly starting young players if they think they deserve it. Do you remember when Phil Foden started against Spurs and against Leicester at one point when he was a lot younger? Don't put it past Cole Palmer to randomly be involved, though I don't think he will in this instance. But the team, it's hard to predict, but that's Manchester City, and that is unfortunately the pandemic right now. In terms of the oppositions, well, fuck 'em. We all know a lot about Chelsea. We've faced Chelsea far too many times to mention over the past year or so, and I've not enjoyed it at all, even when we beat them. But then we did beat them last, and that is the presiding thing to remember, of course, that 1-0 victory. Against the Chelsea side, we were in much better form than they are now. Guardiola, of course, was very, very complimentary. He said they're the champions of Europe and excellent in all departments. Another test, another game to try to win, make 3 points and come back in our best way. He said this. He said about Thomas Tuchel as well, who's asked about Tuchel. He said he's so creative, one of the few managers I learned from constantly to be a better manager myself. He's excellent in all departments. He makes world football better. High praise from the highest. And he's not wrong. Tuchel is a great manager and Chelsea are a great side. They've not been in great form for a while, but they are. Of course, they've just got past Spurs 3-0 in aggregate in the Carabao Cup to reach the final. They beat Chesterfield 5-1 before that. But before that, in the actual league, the games that matter for us right now, they drew 2-2 against Liverpool. Against Brighton, they dropped points, drew 1-1 there. Beat Villa 3-1. But they also dropped points against Wolves and Everton, a 0-0 and a 1-1 draw. They have been stumbling for a while and dropping points here and there, which leaves them, of course, 10 points behind Manchester City. If we win this game tomorrow, of course, it looks almost insurmountable for them. In terms of how Chelsea played, of course, against Tottenham, the lineup, they played like a 4-2-2-2 kind of formation with Rudiger, Christensen, Azpilicueta and Sarr in defence, and Kovacic, Jorginho, Mount, Hudson-Odoi, Werner, Lukaku. And I suspect we'll see something very similar as well. Obviously, they are missing Chilwell for the season, which is a big blow for them. How did they play in the first leg? Let me just double check the first leg, which they won 2-0, of course. In that game, they played the same formation with Kepa in goal. Azpilicueta, Rudiger, Sarr and Alonso played at left back in that game with Saul, Jorginho, Ziyech, Mount, Lukaku and Havertz. They've got quality players. Chelsea are a quality side. We all know this. They haven't been in great form though. They were better. I think they did play well against Liverpool. Pretty well. They were better. I think they probably could have won that game, if we're being honest. That game was obviously, it was like a bit of like a firework, but I guess not a firework at all. It just burned really quickly in the first half, then it kind of just petered out into nothing. But they were good at Chelsea that game. Maybe we'll see something similar. That day they played, I don't know who's available for Chelsea, if I'm being honest, but we know what to expect from Chelsea. They will be organised, they will be stubborn, they will be absolutely hard to break down, and that's fair enough. Chelsea is always going to be a battle. These games against Chelsea, they've become relatively tough games, they've become relatively big games. They are big games, in fact, and I can't wait. I was going to do a watch along tomorrow, by the way, but some very, very kind soul offered me his spare tickets to the Tunnel Club, which is incredible. So I'm going to the Tunnel Club tomorrow because someone just offered me his tickets because he couldn't go, which is absolutely, Andy, you're a legend. And I can't wait for that. And I can't wait to be at such a big game. It's the first game I've been to a while because of this house and the money costs and all that kind of stuff. And I'm expecting it to be fiery. I'm expecting it to be passionate. I'm expecting Manchester City to be up for it, really. I really am, and I can't wait. I really can't wait. I think City will be really, really, really good. I think we will be. At the Etihad, I think we'll be rocking. I think City will be focused. I think Guardiola will get them up for it, knowing that this game is a big one. Win this, and it absolutely crushes our opponent's hope. And I think City will go for it. I think it'll be physical. I think it'll be tough. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's another 1-0. Maybe a 2-1. It's going to be close, though. I'm going to say 1-0 Man City. I'm going to put Bernardo Silva to score it, weirdly. But Sterling. Raheem's going to score the winner for us. That is my prediction. I have no idea if it'll come true or not, but that is my prediction. Do let me know down in the comments, guys, what you make of it. And of course, thank you for watching this video. Thank you to Rupenda, my latest patron, and my patron producer, Scott Denemy, and all the names currently scrolling down the side of the screen. I'm going to add the YouTube members to it soon. And the live videos will be coming back soon. Now I've got this lovely little room to my videos, and I need to find my Elgato link-up card to do live videos, but they'll be coming back as of next week, as of Sunday maybe. I can't wait. Just live, hey. Bernardo t-shirt as well, pretty cool, eh? If you want one, you can find it linked as well. Guys, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow in a bit.